Charles and I settled here in the booth. This should be a fun one. Madden Ultimate Team matchup as you get a look at some of the stars here of today's game. Let's get right to it. Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go from uptown Charlotte. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. They'll come out in the pistol. Now a first carry for T.J. Yeldon. And he'll be taken down right around the 27. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
First play of the drive. Let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking. For the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. It was Joe Hayden, the former Pro Bowler, that came up to get him down. And they'll look to avoid an early 3-and-out here on 3rd and 4. Now Newton. And caught right side. Green. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They will go for it. Now Newton. And he's got Bennett. It'll be a gain of 6, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
The defense loves to hang their hat on that, don't they? You get a guy that catches the ball, but you stop him for no gain.
Without a doubt, because they're also used to trying to catch people after the catch, and they miss. And that turns into a huge play. We've seen it so many times. In this case, though, catch was made, put down right on the spot.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. After the penalty, it's Yeldon. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point, you've got to win at the point of attack. And on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
They keep it with Yeldon on 1st down. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. To throw on 2nd down is Newton.
That play almost seemed like a baseball play. See ball, hit ball. But in this case, see guy with ball, tackle guy with ball.
We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. But the big part about just watching him throw it, it seems almost effortless. Now, that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a 1st down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
Crabtree with it over the middle. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
In on the tackle there, Ray Nitsky, and his heyday, it was before my day, it was before your day, but he was something else.
Look, I can still see that 6'6" on his jersey and him rattling running backs and getting after quarterbacks. He used to wrap his forearms up, and he just hit the big flipper and come up and thump people in the chest. He was an absolute marvel playing in the linebacker position, especially right there in the middle. A Hall of Famer in 1978, and deservedly so.
This is turning into a bit of a death march here, the 13th play of this drive. Just beating the play clock is Newton. Forced out to his left. And that is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Ezekiel Elliott, and it's 4th and 3. Now, they've got to be a little frustrated here to not complete that on 3rd down after having such a long drive going.
Hey, you're talking about going over 70 yards on the drive. Yeah, did you say a little frustrated?
Very frustrated.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Very frustrated. There's no doubt about it. They thought they were going to have a chance to cash in the end zone. Now it looks like it's likely.
And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. T.J. Yeldon taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Steelers take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Roberto Aguayo now for the point after. And he'll put it through to make it 7-0 Steelers. The kicker, Roberto Aguayo, has it teed up and is about ready to get this one started. Shift together here from the D-line. On 1st down, Rodgers. They find some open field here. It's a pickup of 21, and that'll give them a 1st down. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Mexico City football to begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a 1st down. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field that's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
26.
Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. He's got his man on the crossing route. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a 1st down. So Dallas Clark with the catch there, and he stands number 4 all-time in Colts history in receptions.
And that goes all the way back to 1953 in Baltimore.
Number
4,
Yep.
2 of the guys ahead of him are Hall of Famers. That's how impressive that list is that Dallas Clark is on.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
319.
Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
That is caught at the 7. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
As the field starts to get condensed, the defense likes that a lot because now you don't have as much space to cover, but a well-run corner route there.
And it looks like this will likely be the last play before we hit the 2-minute warning.
Let's see if they can sneak.
And with the play clock almost up, Hugh Jackson's going to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Rodgers again now. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. And now it's 2nd and goal. Now a handoff to Henry. And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remain here in the 1st half. Back with more from Charlotte after this. They've gotten it to the 1. Can they get that final yard here on 3rd and goal? Play clock winding down. Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1. Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown. A.J. Green with an acrobatic catch. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Justin Tucker for the extra point. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And the offense moving quickly to the line. They'll run it again with Yeldon. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. The tackle there by Mark Barron.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. So 3rd and 7 and an extra defensive back on the field here.
Definitely want to play coverage here.
To throw is Newton. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. They are going to go for it. It's Newton. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. Now this offense ready to take over again. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
And they'll start this drive with very good field position.
319. 319.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Oh, look at the juke. And he's brought down. It's a gain of 14 there. And that'll be good enough for the first.